What would you recommend for people in their gap year? Is it appropriate if I continue with my clinical experience, which I started during my senior year of college?
They need
Courtney,
you.
I like to talk about gap years as an empty vessel, right? They're neutral, they're not good or bad. What do you fill that vessel with that matters? Talk about that.
Huge question, almost unanswerable. But if you started clinical in your senior year, yeah, you better be doing clinical because you're going to be really under hours. And if all of your or a majority of your clinical is anticipated to be completed during your gap year, usually what I tell some of my students who are looking at gap years or reapplication, things like that, I usually suggest, and this is so random, but to go and read the secondary prompts that we have for free on our website under the resource tab of some of their top choice schools and see what they're asking them to answer. Are they saying, tell me about a time you've worked with or advocated for somebody who was part of a underrepresented or marginalized community? You don't have an answer to that. You're going to have to answer it. So that can steer you if you're trying to decide between A, B, or C for a job or volunteering. Um, Helpful. If they're asking you a lot about your volunteer experience or their mission reads and it's all about community engagement, you haven't had a lot of that's your gap year. Better fill it because you're not
Mhm.
going to be a mission fit without it to that school. So you can be a bit strategic instead of just open ended, go and get clinical or go and volunteer or go and do research. And some of the easier ways are either under the leadership tab in the institutional reports that schools give, where it will show what they've marketed about themselves, what they say they're going to deliver on, where all their hours are going for their students. That's forward facing under them on their individual websites. And secondary, since those are the questions that they create and are important to them in their consideration. So if you don't have good answers for a good chunk of the secondary prompts, that's what you need to be addressing. If you've already applied, all you can do is keep doing what you're doing, right? It depends on how you're interpreting gap year.
All right.